you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Ultra Rising community, Ultra Rising soul family, Ultra Rising world. Happy Jupiter day from here all the way to Jupiter. You feel me? This is Lord Heka Soul Ra, aka solraeljustice, aka Heka the Black Butterfly, aka you already know who this is, man. So today's lecture, family, let's get it. Alright, first and foremost, thank you to any contributions that has came through the Cash App. I really appreciate that. Thank you for any of the fair, give and receive energy going on for me bringing these lectures through. I really am grateful for anybody who has contributed it, but also for anybody who has given as I am given. You know what I'm saying? Also, shout out to everybody that's helping me, get this stuff done. Shout out to everybody that's helping me with lawyers. Just shout out to everybody that's helping me to basically grow through this present moment, the present situation. I know a lot of people out there want to know, like, what's exactly going on. A lot of that stuff I can't speak about because things is open right now. But I promise to tell exactly the whole shebang of the situation once I get out, once everything is settled and whatnot. Alright, so bear with me with your patience. If you order the reading from me, you will get your reading. For anybody who bought any teas, there is a little hold on teas as I am the one who personally makes the teas. So there's a little hold on them, but just bear with me, please. I'm going to do something special for anybody who has bought a tea and you're waiting on your tea. With that being said, and when I say special, I mean special. Like, we'll just probably for any reschedules or anything like that could come up throughout the situation, everybody will get a ticket to my event that's on 11/11. So, with that being said, I love you. Hope that you're having a beautiful, beautiful Jupiter day. I hope that the day brings you expansion, brings you growth, brings you enlightenment, and brings you higher learning. With that being said, the title of today's video is Chakras and How They Communicate with Us Through Our Dreams. Now, this is very important because the chakras, they literally are a whole ancient technology. So the chakras are kind of futuristic in a way. You know how they're calling like the connection with the chakras, they're trying to connect it with the new era or the new, they call it new, I forget what they call the spiritual stuff, right? They call it new something. So, but this ain't that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? They're trying to connect the chakras new age. They're trying to call chakras new age. But chakras ain't new age. They literally are futuristic. But they literally are ancient because ancient is future at the same time. So, I got some new enlightened, some concepts that we shall explore on the giving. So, chakras, right? Now, these chakras are so much more than we think they are. They are wheels, which they are freaking portals, which they are stargates, which they are entrances, right? The chakras are entrances. And the more awareness that you hold as an individual, as a collective, as a unity, the more the chakras bust open. So, just like the chakras are connected to the human body, right? You have animals that have chakras, right? You have horses, right? Horses, I've went and drove some horses before. The horses had chakras, you know what I'm saying? The horses was able to basically cleanse our energy, us just being, the human just being in the close proximity of the horse's energy. So just like we all got chakras, of course the earth has chakras too. Now, as we are advancing more in our energies and our awareness is becoming a bigger thought or a bigger frequency, our gateways or portals or our heaven's gates, like you can look at the chakras and you can compare them to what they call heaven's gates. You feel what I'm saying? Seventh heaven. You remember that show, Seventh Heaven? They're like seven heavens. There are more heavens, right? There's technically 144 heavens, but that ain't what this lecture about, right? So now, They're stargates and they're portals, and so the more awareness that we gain as a collective and individually in all these ways, what happens is our stargates or our heaven portals, they open up even further, and our consciousness is allowed to basically stream through these gateways, and we're able to basically access memories, or we're able to access thoughts and identities and personalities, and from our soul's core signature. Okay, so now the chakras, they don't speak English, right? They don't speak Espanol. They don't speak these human-made frequencies. However, the one thing that everything has its own way of the subconscious mind to communicate is by using words, numbers, patterns, shapes, and symbols, okay? So that's how the subconscious mind knows how to speak. Now, every chakra has its own frequency, which means it has its own divine mind, which means it has its own subconscious, right? And so we have to clear every subconscious mind of every chakra. We have to clear the emotional attachments. We have to clear the mental attachments. We have to clear the ethereal attachments in order for us to expand far enough out of this reality that when we finish the Earth life cycle, we would transform into our celestial bodies, right? We will transform into our cosmic mass, right? Now, with that being said, the chakras are so powerful. And since, it's just like a communication. Like, in order for me to communicate with higher level consciousness beings, I got to understand how they communicate in order for us to communicate. If I want to talk to a tree, I have to find out how that tree communicates in order for us to have an effective communication, right? So when I talk to the tree, I can use words and vibrations, and yes, I'm sure the tree will feel that, but the tree will understand me breathing more. Why? Because all the tree knows to do is breathe. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm just breathing out, in and out, and I'm imagining in my mind what I want to say in a picture form, right, in an image form, the tree understands that more. The tree will start to blow some wind back at you now. You see what I'm saying? So the chakras, understanding how they communicate. They don't use words. However, they do use images. They do use pictures. They do use visuals. And how do they do this? They do this through our dreams. So when we dream, if there is a chakra, let's say the root chakra has some type of stagnation or some type of blockage there, that dream, based on fear or based on any trauma, childhood trauma, or whatever the person may have experienced, that will be blocked there. So at night, the energy, instead of going straight through that seventh heaven, right, instead of going straight through that gate, what will happen is the energy will go to the chakra. It will start spinning around and around like the Fibonacci, but it won't go to the next space, or it won't like, it's like particles. Like when one particle, if it's stuck to like a wall or a quantum, like in the quantum physics, if a particle is stuck against the wall, it don't have to, it can go straight through the wall, and then it's going to land lower somewhere else, right? And so that's how the awareness in the chakra goes. It's like an osmosis process. So the awareness will just go around and round and round into that root chakra, and what happens is that root chakra will project its own imagination or its own subconscious emotional attachments or mental attachments that based on certain time frames and certain dates that appeared in a person's life, and it will project images into the sleeper, right, into the sleeper's imagination. Now, in this case, you are the observer, but you are also the seeker because the body is sleeping. So once the chakras project the image or the dream, right, per se, the dream will be like, it could be you, it can manifest as like you having an argument, or it may even be an actual memory of the trauma that could be stuck there. So when you wake up, you're like, damn, I just had a dream about such and such, about this, about that. It's telling you something. Okay, what kind of dream was it? Did it have fear involved in it? Was it an emotional dream? Was it sexual? Was it mental? Was it just spiritual? Like, what kind of dream was it? So that's how you know, like, oh, which chakra is trying to tell me, right? Let's say that it could have even been the heart chakra. Let's say that the heart chakra had a blockage, or it needed you to find forgiveness in your heart some way and somehow for yourself or for another, or it just needed you to accept, right? Because sometimes, we need to forgive, but the whole thing is about just accepting ourselves full and accepting ourselves towards others. So let's say that the heart chakra has an issue, and it will project like a dream in your mind while you're asleep. It will project you an image of like something, you crying, right? You could be crying, your heart could be broke. It could project to you, it could even project to you a parallel experience. So listen, when I say we are multidimensional beings, I really mean this. So yes, we have the chakras that are the 7 chakras that are connected with us, but each 7 chakra has different aspects and different freaking chords and different portals, and it has access to other chakras from other parallel realities, right? So remember, if you want to win the game of life, you got to obtain the multidimensional perspective. You got to think multidimensional. You got to believe multidimensional. You got to live multidimensional, and that's how you basically overcome any stagnation. That's how you overcome any blockages. That's how you basically expand your awareness and your consciousness. It's all about our souls evolving. It's all about us growing as individually, but also a collective. So right now, planet Earth, she's opened up some energy, and I just want to let you all know, I'm in here meditating, so I'm getting the data. So, she says that her chakras are opening up more. We are expanding more into higher spaces. And so now there is very, very, very ancient technology that is available to us that she says nobody is pulling from the Akasha yet, that nobody's even talking about yet. So what I'm saying is that, I want you all to tap into this new awareness, tap into this new energy, and allow the energy, the source, allow it to connect with you, allow it to tether with you, allow it to feed its love through you. You know what I'm saying? Because, all it is shapes and numbers, guys. All it is shapes and numbers and symbols. You feel what I'm saying? So the language of the numbers is ultimately important. And you can access, no, I'm not, thank you, CO. You good? You having a good day? Yeah. All right. So, my bad, y'all. CO just walked by, whatever. So, what y'all gotta do is, not what you gotta do, but what I'm suggesting is that you can access, Mother Earth has told me that you can access this energy by using the angel numbers, right? Because numbers are the universal language. And so you can actually access these memories and these thoughts from your core signature, which will help you to remember yourself, because it will help you to remember the core part of you. A lot of us are transitioning out of here into our celestial body once we leave these physical bodies, and you get to keep your memories this time. You know what I'm saying? This is not a lifetime of amnesia. This is the lifetime of knowing, right? This is the energy of knowing. And so you get to keep your memories, but the thing about you keeping your memories is you got to basically work through all the chakras. You got to work through all the freaking stagnation. You got to work through all the forgetfulness. And you have to practice on remembering. It's a process. And so every dream that you're having, try to find out the source of it. Try to find out which chakra is projecting this thought in my head. For instance, you may think that the thoughts that you hear in your head come from your brain, but they don't. The thoughts don't come from our brain. The thoughts that we hear in our head comes from our throat chakra. And they come from other chakras too, but the majority comes from the throat chakra. The throat chakra is the most active chakra that the body has. And what happens is the throat chakra is picking up all the information in the atmosphere. It's spinning, and then it manifests as a thought in your head. That's just like if you meditate, if you sit and meditate, and if you hear a thought in your head and you ask where that thought just come from, you may feel a tinkle at your foot. You know what I'm saying? And it may either came from your root chakra or your earth soul star chakra, depending on how or where you are and how much
1 minute remaining.
Awareness you have in your. I go, hey, y'all, listen, man. We listen. I guess that's it. That's all I have to give today, man. Listen, $ divinemoira, right? For the fair and exchange of give and receive. Thank you to any contributions. $divinemoira. Happy Jupiter Day. I do got another lecture coming that I dropped yesterday, but I ain't get to post it. So be looking out for 2 lectures today. And I'm going to do a part 2 to that one too, because it was kind of vast. In 15 minutes, I couldn't get it all out. So I love y'all, man. Peace. Have a good day. I'm wishing y'all nothing but the highest of rewards, the highest of, desirable experiences. I'm out.